Hope, fragile as spun glass, began to form. A draft agreement outlining phased, monitored extraction from designated safe zones, joint early warning systems, and shared resource allocation for stabilization efforts was taking shape. The ZEP mediator projected optimistic probability matrices. Then, the discord struck. Thorn was reviewing a clause on dispute resolution when his personal comm vibrated again. Another priority burst, this time from his security detail lead, Zervite Captain Vex, * Ambassador. Intruder, alert, neutral zone, Sector 7 Gamma, breached perimeter near your quarters, neutralized. No capture, self-termination protocol. Species, unconfirmed synthoid. Traces proprietary stealth tech. High probability assassination attempt. Relocating you immediately. Thorn's blood turned to ice. They weren't just threatening Luna. They were coming for him. Directly. The message confirmed the worst. A deliberate covert operation to eliminate him. The Adagio's bridge builder had become a liability someone wanted removed. He forced calm, signaling Vex with a glyph. Proceed. Maintain operational silence. He couldn't afford to panic. Not here. Not now. But the attack changed everything. It meant the destabilizers were active on the station. They were close, and they were ruthless. He looked around the council chamber. Kalen was deep in discussion with his science officer, pointing at a mineral assay. Lyria was communing silently with her delegation, her light pulsing rhythmically. None of them knew, none of them sensed the knife hovering in the shadows. As the session reconvened, Thorn's mind raced. He had to warn them, but how? Revealing. The attempt could panic the negotiations, play right into the saboteur's hands. It could make him look paranoid, or worse, like he was fabricating a crisis for leverage. Yet, silence was equally dangerous. If he fell, the fragile understanding he'd helped build could shatter. The discussion turned to security for the joint. Monitoring outpost planned for Xylo 7, Kalen insisted on a Thargon military garrison. Lyria demanded exclusively elusian. Harmonic sentinels. The old fault lines reappeared, tension rising. Thorn saw his opening. Commander Prelate, he interjected, his voice tight but controlled. Security is paramount, but trust is its foundation. We speak of guarding against external threats, but what of threats from within? Threats that seek to exploit distrust, to sabotage this fragile peace before it can take root. He paused, letting the words hang. Both leaders turned to him, sensing a shift. The resonance we found, Thorn continued, choosing his words with extreme care. The shared understanding, ... It is powerful, but it is also a target. There are forces that thrive on discord. Forces that see cooperation as a threat. He looked directly at Kalen, then Lyria. My people know this well. We learned that peace requires vigilance, not just against open enemies, but against the shadows that seek to undermine it. Before we argue over who guards the outpost, we must be certain we are guarding against the same enemy. Kellen's eyes narrowed, the warrior instantly alert. You speak of specific threats, Terran, sabotage. Lyria's light dimmed, swirling with dark hues. Harmonic dissonance can be artificially induced, Ambassador. Are you suggesting deliberate interference? Thorn held their gazes. I am suggesting that the success of this agreement, this shared stewardship, threatens certain ... interests. Interests that preferred the clarity of conflict. Interests that might act to preserve that clarity. He didn't mention the attack, but the implication was clear in his intensity, in the uncharacteristic edge of fear beneath his diplomatic veneer. Vigilance must be shared. Intelligence must be pooled. The security of this endeavor depends on it. A heavy silence fell. Kalen exchanged a look with his security chief, a silent communication passing between them. Lyria's form pulsed rapidly, as she conferred with her advisors. The Zephyrian mediator projected cautious inquiry glyphs. You have intelligence, Ambassador? Kalen asked bluntly, his voice low and dangerous. Fragments, Thawne admitted. Enough to warrant extreme caution. Enough to know that the enemy we face may not wear thargon armor or elusian light. He took a breath. I propose an immediate, confidential security briefing between our respective intelligence heads, under conclave auspices, before we finalize the operational security protocols. Lyria was the first to respond. Her melodic voice was grave. The harmonics of this negotiation have indeed acquired discordant undertones. Confirmation is required. We concur with the ambassador's proposal. Discretion is essential. Kalen stared at Thorne, his gaze penetrating, assessing. He saw not just the diplomat, but a man who had faced death and carried the knowledge. Finally, he gave a sharp, decisive nod. Agreed. Thargon intelligence will attend. Secrets serve only the shadows. Let us shed light. The grinding of his mandibles returned, but this time it sounded like the sharpening of a blade against stone, ready for a different kind of fight. Relief, cold and sharp, washed over Thorne. He'd bought a reprieve, a chance to expose the true threat, but the cost was high. He'd revealed Terra's vulnerability, confirmed his status as a target, and injected a new layer of paranoia into the delicate negotiations. The assassin's shadow now stretched across the table as the meeting adjourned to arrange the security briefing. Thorne felt the weight of the violin case at his side. It was no longer just a bridge of sorrow. It was a beacon, drawing both understanding and deadly opposition. The Adagio's echo had revealed shared grief, but it had also amplified the discordant ambitions lurking in the silence. The path to peace had just become a minefield, and the next step could detonate everything.